Good evening. Battlefords rural RCMP are investigating a homicide on the Mooseman First Nation. Police say they were called to a report of an assault at a residence just before 5 yesterday morning. 24-year-old Brian Darnell Blackstar, who was from the First Nation, died at the scene. A number of people were in the home when the incident happened. Now, RCMP have 2 people in custody, an 18-year-old man and a 19-year-old man. Now, an autopsy was planned on the victim today to help determine a cause of death. Well, some changes may be coming to the way traffic is being handled in Lloydminster, as city officials are taking a second look at some major routes in local neighborhoods. As of today, the city has launched an online survey asking residents to voice any concerns that they may have. Staff say the idea came about after a number of complaints from those living in the Parkview Estates neighborhood.
People have concerns about the speed of the vehicles that are going through there, as well as the sheer volume. With the new elementary school opening up there, there's going to be a lot more traffic, as well as more kids and people in general using the area.
The findings of the survey will go into a future traffic calming policy, as well as a plan on how to deal with the extra traffic in the Parkview area.
I think it's good news for drivers. I think it's going to improve the safety on the roads for everyone, drivers, pedestrians, children, any students at the schools, and as well as for residents in the Parkview area who have to deal with the traffic.
The survey is open to anyone who drives in the city of Lloydminster and is available online at lloydminster.ca/traffic calming. What's a common saying, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and this is something the Lloydminster Regional Archives takes seriously. Now, they've been organizing photos to preserve the community's history for decades. Now, it is Saskatchewan Archives Week, and Kinettes tells us about a display of Lloydminster's past at the Lloydminster Airport in honor of this week.
That's the old post office. This is looking down 50th Street.
Earle Swift has lived in Lloydminster for more than 70 years. He recognizes a lot of the photos and says he's seen the city change over the years.
It's really flourished. I sometimes think it's flourished too much, but that's progress.
But not everyone has first-hand memory of the area throughout the years. And that's why Dr. Donald Duncan says it's so important to share the historical documents the archives have collected, especially when educating young people.
If we can give our students ready access to this gold mine of visual and audio information about our community's history, I think our students will be well served.
He says they chose the airport to display the photos because lots of people are coming and going.
And typically, as is the case with airports everywhere, people have time usually to look around and take in some of the photographs and the information on the captions.
Each photo tells a different story, from the first settlements to sports teams and the area's first gas well.
We should try and be as interested as we can in what we have here and how it got here. So this is one way that that is being done. It's wonderful.
And the display will be at the airport for the next month. Anna Knopfate, Newcap News.
Now, when a loved one is sick, often the whole family suffers. Medical attention can be costly, leaving the family with large bills to pay. Now, the Lloydminster Kinsmen and Kinettes help ease these financial burdens through an annual fundraiser. As Anna Knopfate reports, more than 500 people came out to support the organization, and for some, it's more than just about raising money.
I don't know where we would be if it wasn't for that. I mean, we were struggling hard. It's such a worthy cause.
It's a cause that hits home for Cherie Wagner. Her son was diagnosed with a kidney disease shortly after he was born. He needed treatments in Edmonton, a 4-hour drive for the family, and these trips weren't cheap.
I mean, it's a struggle enough when you have a sick child, and then to know that there's such a financial burden, and we were struggling. And eventually we just asked for help. We reached out to Telemiracle, and we soon found out that they were going to be paying for all of our accommodations, so all of our food and our hotels and our gas.
And this is just one of the many families the organization has helped out throughout the years. Mark Gerlinsky says this is their biggest fundraiser.
I guess over the last few years we've been trying to beat our goal for every year, which last year was just over $54,000, so we hope to beat that again.
It's a great community builder. All the money that's raised here goes into local people. So we know that it helps here right at home.
And for Wagner's son, it's a happy ending.
That he had magically outgrown it. Our nephrologist can't explain how it happened, so I feel like it was truly a miracle. Somebody's watching out for us.
Anna Knotbait, Newcap News.
All right, before we get to the weather, now all the proceeds from this weekend went towards Telemiracle. It's a foundation, of course, that looks after getting medical funds to people that need it across Saskatchewan. And Telemiracle event, the 38th annual one, is coming up on March 1st and 2nd in Regina. Now, we did call the organizers to see how much money was raised over the weekend. They're still working it out. So hopefully by the end of sometime this week, we should have a total.